Hello students, welcome back to your online class of English. So today the topic is The Last Bargain. This poem is composed by the famous Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore. He was not only a poet but a novelist, critic, short story writer, philosopher, educationalist and a social reformer too. You know, every branch of Bengali literature was highly enriched by his immortal contribution. So, this poem also a fine composition of words by him. The title of the poem is The Last Bargain. So, do you know what does bargain means? Bargain means an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. So, this poem is about someone who is looking for a job, but he wants to be hired without losing his freedom. Though he received offers from the rich, powerful, and beautiful, but he turned them all down. At last, he met with an innocent child who offered him to hire him without overpowering his freedom. So, he immediately accepted this offer. This poem gives a message well needed for the materialistic world that no power, money, or lust can make us happy. So, in this poem, the speaker is telling about the worthlessness of worldly things, power, and beauty because these things are mortal and not everlasting. So, just know more about the poem. In this picture, you can see that the man is sitting with the child and he is looking happy. Come and hire me, I cried, while in the morning I was walking on the stone paved road. Stone paved road means stone covered road. Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot. Chariot means the royal cart. He held my hand and said, I'll hire you with my power. Hire means to appoint, but his power counted for naught. Naught means worthless. And he went away in his chariot. So, in this stanza, the speaker says that it was the morning time and he was full of hope and courage. He was walking on the road full of stones, means the path was difficult for him. Suddenly, he noticed the king who was coming on his chariot with sword, means he saw a person with power. Now, the speaker requested the king because he was in need of a job, and he asked the king to hire him or to give him any job. The king caught the hands of the speaker and told that he will hire him with his power. But for the speaker, the king's power was worthless because it was not everlasting. As the king dies, his power will also spoil with him. So, the speaker did not accept the offer because he was not satisfied with the king offered him. He rejected the offer and the king went away from there. So, his first struggle to get something was failed. In the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. Wandered means walked, and crooked lane means an uneven road. An old man came out with his bag of gold. He pondered and said, I will hire you with my money. Pondered means thought. He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away. Weighed means counted. So now it was the daytime and it was very hot outside. Now all the doors of the houses were shut, means no opportunity of work was there for him. He was walking alone on the uneven road, means the path was also difficult for him like the previous one. Soon he noticed an old man came out from his house along with a bag of gold, means he came to him with a lot of money. He thought that the speaker was in need of job, so he offered him the money and said that he will hire him with money in return of his labor. To show his wealth, he started counting his gold coins one by one. But the speaker knew that, like the power of king, the wealth of the old man was also worthless because it could not make the old man young again, nor it could make the climate cool. So the speaker understood that wealth was not something which he needed because it was not everlasting. Now he just was thinking that power is also did not remain in one's hand forever. He also wanted something else that was everlasting, so he rejected this offer too. He knew that like the power, wealth was also not everlasting. It was evening. The garden hedge was all aflower. The fair maid came out and said, I will hire you with a smile. Her smile paled and melted into tears, and she went back into the dark. Hedge means fence or boundary. A flower means blooming with the flowers. Fair maid means beautiful lady, and paled means faded. Melted into tears means converted into tears. Now it was the evening time, and the fence or the boundary was blooming with flowers, and so the garden was looking very beautiful and romantic. A beautiful lady came out and said, after realizing the speaker's need of job, that she will hire him with her beauty in return of his labor. Now the speaker found that like the king's power and the old man's wealth, the beauty was also not everlasting or permanent. Soon the smile of beautiful lady gone, and it was converted into tears, and with her tears she disappeared in the darkness. Darkness here symbolizes hopelessness, and speaker did not want to be hopeless, so he moved away from there too. Because he knew that the smile that made her look beautiful was fake and not permanent. It had hidden sorrows of the lady. Now the day was over, and the speaker failed to make the bargain. However, he had patience and persistence, so he did not give up and continued to search for a better offer. The sun glistened on the sand, and the sea waves broke waywardly. A child sat playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me and said, I hire you with nothing. From henceforward, that bargain struck in child's play made me a free man. Glistened means shine, and waywardly means an unpredictable way, and here henceforward means from that day. So now the new day came with new thoughts, with new hope and new courage for the speaker. And he was on the seashore and saw the sun was shining, and its rays were reflecting on the sand, and the sea waves were coming and hitting the shore and going back in an unpredictable way. Here the poet expresses and appreciates the beauty of nature in this line. Suddenly he saw a child was sitting on the seashore and playing with the shells like marbles. The child had no worldly desires for power and wealth or beauty. He was free of all these things which make the man a servant. He raised his head and noticed the speaker standing before him. He gave a look to the speaker as he knew him, as he was familiar with him. Seeing the speaker in search of some work, he offered to hire him without giving nothing. Means he would hire him for nothing, but this nothing is a profound symbol. It means freedom, it means liberty and independence and free from desire. The speaker realized that this is what he was longing for since long. He accepted the child's offer from that day because he found freedom in the child's play and thus became a free man. This was the ultimate decision of the speaker. So, in this way, he just got what he wanted. Finally, the speaker got what was everlasting. So, children, this is all about the poem. I hope you all enjoyed this poem. Thank you all. Stay safe, stay protected, and spread awareness around you. Take care of all of you.